Jenifer was once an ordinary girl, beautiful, spirited, and full of life. She lived in the village of Umudim, a place nestled between hills and thick forests, filled with whispers of ancient magic and long-held traditions. Her laughter echoed through the dusty paths of the village, and her presence lit up the small gatherings at moonlit festivals. But despite her charm, Jenifer had a flaw that would one day unravel her life. She had little patience or sympathy for the old, weak, or helpless. One golden afternoon, as the sun filtered through the leaves, casting mosaic patterns on the ground, Jenifer played along a narrow path near the forest edge. She used a stick to sketch lazy spirals in the dirt. Suddenly, she heard the dragging sound of dry branches and turned to see an old woman struggling under the weight of a large bundle of firewood. Her steps were slow, her breath ragged. Her back was bent nearly in half. "Child, please, help an old woman," the woman said, her voice thin and fragile like old cloth. Jenifer wrinkled her nose and stood upright. "Go carry your firewood. Am I your servant?" The woman straightened as much as she could, her eyes gleaming with something ancient and knowing. "The pride of a child is the curse of her future," she said softly. Jenifer rolled her eyes and turned her back, giggling as she skipped away. But behind her, the air grew still. The wind ceased its song. The trees held their breath. Mema Ada, the old woman, whispered into the wind, a soft chant that sent a chill through the forest. The birds scattered. Years passed, and Jenifer bloomed into a stunning young woman. Men from near and far sought her hand. Her beauty was unmatched, her confidence unshaken. But on the eve of her 18th birthday, something in her changed. That night, she woke up in her bed, drenched in sweat. Her sheets were torn, and the wood around her bedpost was clawed as if by wild beasts. She stood up shakily and walked to the mirror. Her reflection blinked back at her, but her eyes flashed an eerie yellow, and her pupils narrowed like a reptile's. Her skin tingled, and she could taste something metallic and strange on her tongue. Blood. The scent lingered. The transformation that had begun in secret slowly revealed its horror. When the moon rose high, Jenifer's body would convulse. Her skin would shift and twist, scales emerging. Her bones snapped and realigned. Her legs melted into a tail. Her screams echoed into the forest as her human form gave way to something monstrous. Half woman, half snake, nights turned into terror. Each morning she awoke exhausted and trembling, with vague memories of crawling through the forest, hunting. Then came the news, villagers being found unconscious in the morning, bearing bite marks, their legs swollen from venom. One morning, Oma, her childhood friend, burst into her hut. "Jenifer, another person was attacked last night. They say it was a snake, giant, half-human. People are afraid." Jenifer sat on her bed, her arms wrapped around her knees, her voice barely a whisper. "It was me, Oma. I can't control it." Soon, the villagers began to talk. Then they shouted. Stones were thrown at her as she walked past the village center. Mothers pulled their children away. The elders demanded she be banished. One night, as Jenifer sat beneath the moon, staring into the sky with haunted eyes, a soft voice interrupted her thoughts. "You shouldn't sit alone on a night like this," Prince Obina said, approaching gently. His eyes were kind but cautious. She didn't turn to him. "I can feel it rising again. The hunger. I want to bite you. Obina. I want to feed. I don't want to hurt you." Obina sat beside her. "Then let me help. We will find someone who can cure this." She turned to face him, tears lining her cheeks. "You can't fix what's dead inside me." Before his eyes, her skin began to shimmer, her eyes glowing yellow, scales pushing through her skin. Obina recoiled in horror, unable to comprehend the transformation. Jenifer screamed and fled into the forest, the sound of her sobs merging with the rustling leaves. Hopeless, she wandered for days through the forest until she reached the ancient river that led to Dr. Ezilu's shrine. He was a reclusive figure, both feared and respected. His hut was surrounded by charms, bones, and ritual symbols. She collapsed at his feet. "Please, help me. I'm cursed. I can't go on like this." Ezilu studied her with ageless eyes. "You bear the burden of arrogance. The spirit you mocked cursed your soul and bound your body to the form of predator. If you seek peace, you must humble yourself. Find her grave. Ask for forgiveness." With his words burning in her mind, Jenifer traveled to the oldest corner of the forest, where the forgotten graves of outcasts lay buried beneath moss and vines. It was silent, eerily so. Even the birds stayed away. She found a crude stone with faded symbols and fell to her knees. Mama Ada, I am sorry. I was a foolish, heartless child. I mocked you. I left you to suffer. I've paid every night for it. Please, free me. The wind stopped. Time paused. The forest darkened. Then a pale light rose from the grave. The spirit of Mama Ada emerged, cloaked in shimmering white, her face calm. You have known pain. You have begged for mercy. That is enough, the spirit said. Let your nights be peaceful. Let your form be whole. Golden light enveloped Jenifer. Her scales vanished. Her skin healed. Her breath returned to normal. For the first time in years, she felt free. When she returned to the village, her presence silenced the marketplace. Children no longer ran from her. Men bowed. Women stared in awe. Oma rushed forward and hugged her tightly. You did it. You really did it. Prince Obina approached, holding a necklace of ivory carved into the shape of a dove. You're free. Truly. Jenifer nodded, tears spilling. No more hiding. The village celebrated a wedding unlike any it had seen. Drums thundered. Dancers spun in joy. Jenifer, once a cursed creature, now wore the garments of royalty. She stood beside Obina, her head held high. That night, as the celebrations faded and the moon climbed into the heavens, a small harmless snake slithered into the forest, vanishing into the underbrush. A symbol, a memory, a whisper of the curse that had once ruled the night. Jenifer never forgot. She spent her life helping those in need, offering shelter to the old, and telling her story to children by the fire. And from that day on, no one in Umudim ever turned away an old woman asking for help.